We're rolling. Sound off. Music off. Minds are on.
Intense.
Is your microphone on?
Yeah, mine's on.
Is it too intense?
No, I'm joking.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Some noise for yourselves. Energy. So this is EOTT. This is Lightworks, live in the flesh. And what we do is try and normalise the conversations of mental health through creative means, basically. And so today we are doing so through an event. I'm going to have to give it a minute. Honestly, you're killing me. Are we all good? Do like what a teacher does, mate. Everyone put their hands in the air. So this is Lightworks. This is EOTT. And what we do is try and normalise the conversations around mental health and try and make it okay, basically. And we like to do so through creative means. And today we have an event, as you can see. And we have the boy, the champion, changing currents. Who has kindly shared his wisdom and his time with us today. Which is amazing. Something I'm very excited about. We've got some nice pictures here on the clipboard. See the levels as well. And this is it. I've got a shout out Somerset as well on the set design. That's why it's looking so homely. Stunning. And also as well, before we get on, all praise must go to Bobby as well for putting this event together. We must say thank you. Without his contribution, we wouldn't be here today. But anyway, without further ado, we are really here to spend the next 20, 30, 40 minutes, we'll see how it goes, unpicking Changing Current's brain, basically.
Oh, damn, good luck.
For those that don't know, this is one of Brighton's finest DJs. Killing it right now. And definitely Lancing's finest DJ as well. That's for sure.
They don't know that.
And yeah, a whole lot to say about you, basically, but been killing it for years. Someone I've known personally for a long time as well, and a creative journey I've been following for a long time. And the colours that it was so vibrantly showing all those years ago are really coming to fruition to the wider world right now. And it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see, I believe. And I think we all shed a little bit of a tear as well at that particular Pride set last year, in front of 20,000.
Crazy. Yeah.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Truly amazing. And that's just the tip of the iceberg as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anyways, without further ado, that is the OTT. I'm Levvy, by the way. Thank you all for coming as well. It's amazing to see you here. And so the first question goes,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I was at an event last night in London, but luckily I only had one drink, so the head's okay. But yeah, did pretty much roll out of bed because Southern Rail would take the absolute piss. But you know, we move.
It happens, man.
How are you?
Oh, thank you. I didn't plan for that. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm really happy with today. Just another attempt on the board. You know, some more experience to take into this ongoing path that we're on. And honestly, I'm overwhelmed to see all these people here. To be fair, and actually people here that I don't know, which is really cool.
Sick.
So I'm very happy about that. To be fair.
Do you plan on doing more?
100%.
Sick.
Every month is the plan.
Oh, sick.
Every month is the plan around the country. But
Oh
yeah,
shit.
bro.
Okay.
That's the plan. And
Can I swear?
You can swear.
Okay.
You can swear. But this is about you.
Okay.
This is about you. And yeah, I've had a little bit of an introduction about you. But could you introduce yourself to the people?
Yes.
Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm a DJ and producer. I started producing when I was in high school, and then I kind of wanted. I started DJing. And I wanted a bit more because I wasn't satisfied DJing other people's music, which is very different now. I get great satisfaction sharing other artists' music all the time, and then yeah, now it's gone sort of back full circle. I'm more of a DJ first now. So yeah, it's been a cool journey so far. From Lancing.
Big ups, man.
Yeah,
L-Town.
I'm from Lancing. I'm not from Brighton. I've been trying to stay from Brighton for years, but I've given up. I'm from Lancing, and yeah. So yeah, man, that's me.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And so, why do you do what you do?
That's a good question. I mean, I always try and I could come up with like some crazy answer for the first reason, but I mainly do it because it fulfills me. And I feel like life is so short that sometimes you need to put yourself first, you know, like it's what I've always loved doing and I get so much satisfaction from it. But secondly, I feel like I have a lot to offer people's life through music, because I feel like the music that I've been DJing, it was unique for a while, but it's sort of like taken the world by storm recently on TikTok. You've got people like Jotty and stuff, and all the producers. So yeah, it's just kind of the satisfaction of that and sharing the sound. Like it's going crazy at the moment, the sound, like the scene. So yeah, I get real satisfaction from that. And yeah, just I think at high school I really struggled with like academics and stuff. So I think to actually find something that I enjoy and something that I'd say I'm good at, I'm really happy with that, because yeah, like high school was horrible, bro. I hated it. And yeah, like my teachers would always tell me that, you know, you can't become a DJ, everyone wants to do that. So yeah, I get satisfaction in doing that for myself.
You get like some sense of fulfillment.
Yeah, for sure, every single day, every day's a blessing doing this, like for real.
Because that can be hard to come by in certain academic institutions, you know.
100%, like I feel like schools, they teach you to go one way and one way only. So to peel off and do your own thing it's very rewarding.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Thanks. You know, you're killing it for the wider world as well, man.
Hopefully.
Well, that's wicked. And so these things that you do, you know, the DJing and the dancing and the production and maybe even a bit of a social media as well.
Yeah, that's creeped in.
How are these things good for your mind, if at all?
Yeah, I think obviously with the social media, especially now, it's sort of getting that gratification from people. You know, people really enjoying the sound and what I do. And yeah, just being able to like spend my days like literally just in my fucking room pretending to make a mashup live on the spot. Really, they're pre-recorded. I'll be so honest. But yeah, I just get real satisfaction from it, really. And yeah, it's what makes me happy, for real. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's as simple as that, isn't it?
It
Sometimes
really
when I
is.
write these questions, I'm expecting some deep answer.
Yeah,
you know,
no, sometimes it's simple, yeah.
But it's just simple, man. It keeps you moving.
Exactly. 100%.
Love that. Love that. And is there any relationship you find between like your creativity and your mind?
Yeah, for sure. I think if I'm feeling a bit down and stuff, the music is always a bit more chill, which is a struggle, because I feel like something that people don't really talk about with sort of doing like TikTok and social media with music is once you fall into a niche online, it's really hard to move out of that niche, because people like expect you to fall into that. So yeah, that is challenging. But like at the same time, if I'm feeling good and like I'm feeling sexy, you know, I've got a new outfit when I pull up to the studio, the music is more fun.
Yeah.
So it really is like creativity. I feel like it's a mindset thing. It really is how you're feeling, because at the end of the day, art comes out of you, and how you're feeling inside is what projects on the outside. So yeah.
Do you ever feel like sometimes when I'm feeling good, I don't really have an interest in making stuff. Like most of the time when I write stuff down or have that desire to express is because of like a pain inside, you know. But then I say this often, like when I have my good days, I don't want to write nothing because I just vibe.
No, I hear that.
Do you feel like that at all?
No, I think it's hard, because I feel like, yeah, with my music, people sort of expect the more upbeat stuff. So I tend to create when I'm more upbeat, and when I'm more low, I'll tend to sort of just like isolate myself and not really spend time on anything, because yeah, I can't really. I mean, I still obviously create music when I'm low, but it's never what people want. So
Is it harder to create when you're low?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Mm.
for sure, for sure. I isolate so hard when I'm not.
See, for me, I feel like I make more when I'm
Yeah.
down, because there gets a certain point where I'm just like so down.
Yeah.
All I can do, because I can't, like my brain just gets too foggy, and then like making a rhythm or something outside of myself can be like almost appeasing to my mind. Some
Definitely,
sense of
yeah.
therapy, you know.
Yeah, and it's a bit of escapism as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I like that. I wish I could kind of do that.
It was a bit different in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
We're like
cool, man.
opposites, and that's sick.
But both are cool though.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. You kind of answered that a little bit already, to be fair, but are there things that can make creativity more difficult for you?
Yeah, I think sort of my surroundings. So I sort of mainly make music in my bedroom, which I feel like is really difficult. Like I feel like creating any kind of art in a space where you sleep. I mean, I eat in my room. I watch TV in my room. There's so many like energies that just happen in that one room. It's like things get like mumble jumble. Is that?
Yeah. No, I feel it. We get what you're saying.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like the space that I'm creating in is really important, and you know, but it's really difficult, obviously, to find a space where you can create that's not in your room. I feel like, so that's a big thing for me, really. But yeah, so like when I'm in the studio and stuff, like it's really inspiring because you're in a new space and you got like fresh mind. And
I feel like as well there's the whole thing of like, you know, getting out the house.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a big thing for the creativity, you know. And that's something like for me, lockdown kind of killed as well, because it was just stuck in my room. And yeah, like part of going out to the studio or wherever it is, you know, getting up, getting changed, whatever, having a shower, all before you do it, like feels like more of a routine, you know.
100%, yeah. It's like waking up and setting an alarm. It's like you've actually got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
But if you're just waking up to create a room, it's like, I can leave it another hour. I can leave it another 2 hours.
Yeah.
You just keep dragging it out. I mean, that's me anyway. So yeah, when I actually have to go to the studio or something, it's like a reason to get up. And
so you reckon like environment and routine?
for sure, yeah. Routine's a massive part for me because I really struggle with routine because like DJing one night, like that throws me off for like 3 days, and that is probably the excessive drinking sometimes. Which is not great, to be honest. Like it's a challenge. I found it challenging sort of being in the club, and you know, when there's drink there, people offering you drinks, it's so hard to turn it down.
It's hard to say no.
It really is, and then you're hungover. I mean, I'm hungover for like 3 days after I teach it, and that just throws me off completely, and that messes with my mental, just having a bad routine. So yeah.
How do you feel about drinking?
Not gonna lie, I love to drink. I think we can all know that from social media.
I'm glad you're honest about it.
No, I will be honest. And it got too much, and it got to a point where I was sort of making it part of my brand, and that was like a thing that I told myself I was gonna do, which is so whack.
How do you mean?
I told myself that I'm gonna have this persona where drinking is part of my persona, which is, I mean, yeah, it's funny, but it's just not cool. Like it's not me anymore. I've really evolved over the last even a couple of months, really. Like for example, yesterday the event, I had one drink. I was just there for the inspiration, and I'm just more. The thing is, we're young, right? I don't think you should ever just starve yourself of doing what you enjoy. I still like drinking, and I still will get drunk when I fancy it. But it's being selective and being mindful of when you're going to do it. So like, for example, like, I did a panel talk last year of Offing Mag. I don't know if anyone was here.
I was there, yeah.
I was drinking a fucking Hennessy on the stage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just, and that was me sort of trying to play up to this persona, and I'm just not about it anymore. I'm just really trying to be myself. I'm trying to find my like inner child again, and just be raw myself, and because I was depending on drink too much. Like, it's hard, man, because it really messes with your confidence, because when you get used to being in an environment, like a club, and you're so used to being drunk in that environment, your confidence comes from the drink, and you associate the confidence with the drink.
Yeah.
So as soon as you sort of let go of the drink and you go to an event and you're sober, I find it so challenging to talk to people and be myself and be confident. Like yesterday, I was really struggling with that actually. Like my mates were like, "Why are you being so shy?" It's like, damn, I'm just trying to chill. I'm trying to catch a vibe. But yeah, it's something that you know, I'm really working on myself, and you know, I can be proud of that. I'm way more selective, way more mindful, and yeah. But as I say, I still will enjoy myself. I'm still young. It's just being more selective.
It's hard. It's hard to not drink.
It really is.
I find that I definitely feel you on that, like shyness. Like I definitely have always been that kid. That just, I know, I feel like I've always been like a shy kid, to be fair, and just like quite closed in, you know. And then you have a drink and you go to a party, and suddenly you are like, your social skills are like times 10.
Yeah,
and it's like, it feels good, because like being that quiet kid that can be anxious in the social circles, the social sober circles, it hurts.
Yeah,
it can hurt,
100%.
you know. But then you get that drink and you almost like latch onto it, you know.
Exactly.
And then that's where the danger is.
Exactly,
you know?
And I think there's beauty in trying to figure out how you can find that confidence without the drink.
Yeah.
And it's a process. I'm definitely not anywhere close to that. I'm just starting it, and it's definitely something I'm struggling with, because people think I'm very extroverted because of how I used to be on social media. I'm actually a very chill guy, and I like just being at events and just chilling and listening to the music, because that's what, at the end of the day, I'm there for the music, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it is about the music, and I think something we spoke about a little bit before is that sometimes I can just feel more of a need to drink just because like the music's dead. You know,
for sure.
Or like the DJ, it's not really my kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I spent like a lot of nights in my 18, 19 years just going to like drum and bass events, and then you have to drink in it. Or if it's jump up, I mean, no disrespect, like drum and bass, sorry. But for me, it's not my tempo. No. However, on the flip side of that, when someone's killing it and like doing a really good job, and it's really like compelling, there's no need to drink, you know. So that's like a refreshing thing, is that it doesn't have to be the drink that gets you high.
You're right.
It can be a good DJ.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
it can be like an amazing song, something, you know.
100%. You know, my first ever club night I went to was Selection. It was a boiler room with Joe K. I'm going to regret saying this, but I'm actually in that fucking boiler room the whole time, behind the DJ. I'm like on my hands like this, like
a Coachonado one, yeah?
Yes, I was freshly 18. No, literally, it's awful. I can't watch it back. But yeah, like to the point, I was I didn't touch drink at all, but I was like high, like it felt like I was on cocaine or something.
It's lit, and I ain't as much of a come down either.
Exactly, and it's the same last night. The music was so good, I didn't feel like I had to go get a drink, because I was just watching, I was learning, and I was just soaking it all in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is hope.
There's hope.
The young guns.
Exactly.
Well, we'll hear some of that in maybe 20-25 minutes from the champion here. But before that, you kind of answered this question again a little bit, but just kind of about
keep getting ahead of myself.
the image that you talk about of yourself, like the online presence, and essentially kind of a character that you may play. I think that a lot of us do it online as well. Do you feel like a pressure to kind of maintain that image, and how so?
Not anymore. Just recently, like literally, I had a realization, like I don't know, a month ago, that I'm not gonna play a persona anymore. It was really difficult for a while, actually, because I was going to events and people were just constantly like, "Oh, you okay?" Like, just constantly asking me questions, when actually I was just being myself. But people have built this persona of me in their head because of how I act online. Yeah. And I started hating it. And it's funny because like people say, you know, like, I don't know, you look at like YouTubers, like, I don't know, Chunks, Young Fiddy. They say they got an easy job, but at the end of the day, your whole life is like, you know, you have to live up to that character everywhere, at every event. It's tiring. It's
even off camera.
Off camera, yeah, for sure, man. That's your life, you know.
It's draining.
It's not like it's difficult in its own way, because I feel like with a retail job, you go, you work, and then you go back to your normal life. Do you know what I mean? You live your life. But with that kind of thing, it's like you've built this persona, and now you have to feel like you have to live to it. And that's how it kind of felt with me, but obviously on a much smaller scale. And yeah, it just got really tiring, because it was a representation of who I was at the time. You know, I was very like chaotic. I was a very chaotic guy. But I sort of like I exaggerated it a lot for entertainment.
Mm.
Because it was working, you know, like people were sharing my videos just for my videos, not for my music. You know, that's why people were following me in the end. But yeah, it got to a point where I was like, this ain't me. I'm not enjoying it anymore. So I'm just like, I'm trying to be like just unapologetically myself now, which is I'm just a chill guy.
Yeah,
I really
so
do
be
be
it if
chilling.
you're not
Like,
loud mouth.
exactly, man. Like, yeah, it was, yeah, like, and that, another thing is, that's why I was excessively drinking all the time, was because of that persona. Like, that persona, like, he was so confident and stuff. I'm talking about him like he's a fucking character out of Netflix.
It always is though. It feels like
Mate,
it is.
it's how it feels now. But at the same time, right, like, I have just matured. Like, I'm 23. I've been on social media since I was 18. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man, like, it's, yeah, I don't know. I feel so much better in myself now. I feel so much more like myself. And I feel like I'm achieving now what I want to achieve without having to be someone I'm not. But yeah, so I'm just kind of limiting how much of my life people see, and yeah, but oh yeah, so going back to the point, that's why I was excessively drinking. It's just because, yeah, I had to live up to that, and I didn't have that confidence without the drink, and I knew that if I wasn't drunk, people would think that there was something wrong, which is exactly what ended up happening. So yeah, I'm kind of pushing that to the side, but obviously, like, I'm utilising it so differently now. Like, I'm putting out DJ videos every single day, TikToks every day, Reels every day, and that has changed. That's changed everything for me more recently than chatting shit online ever has.
Putting out quality shit.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I feel really good at the moment, to be honest. I'm in a good place with it all.
Love that.
Yeah.
So you think being more creative is better than the alcohol?
For sure, man.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes,
That's good to know.
yes, for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coming on then into the sort of last section of this chat. A little bit about yourself. Personally, for you, Michael, we'll change your comments. What sort of things are good for your mind?
More recently, I'd say chilling like with my little niece. I've got a little niece now, she's a little baby.
Family's good, man.
Yeah, family's good.
Like, they keep you grounded as well.
For sure. Like, she's really sweet. And I feel like more recently, I feel like just going to like random places that I've never been to before. Like, me and my best mate Raf, I'm sure a lot of people here know, we took a trip to Hastings because we were like, we need a little getaway, but we weren't trying to go on holiday because it was literally like on the week. So we got a hotel in Hastings. Absolute weird place, mate. It's a ghost town. Everywhere's closed. I don't know if anyone, I'm sorry if anyone lives in Hastings, but like everywhere's closed and they just reopen everything in the summer. It's like they fucking hibernate. They literally hibernate. It's crazy. But like I was so happy, and I was like, man, like if I can be happy here, like in Hastings, I can really be happy anywhere. Like,
that's a bit of perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of made me just appreciate the things that I wouldn't usually look at and be like, oh man, that's beautiful. Like, just walking through Brighton the other day, like I was looking at all the churches and like, yeah, just I don't know, man. Just appreciating things more. Like, life's actually pretty beautiful when you actually just take a sec.
That's beautiful, man. That's
really
nice.
Man. Life's cool.
It's the little things that get us high,
It's
isn't
the
it?
little things, bro. Literally, it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Okay, cool. Cool. I thought that we're on like a positive tip at the moment, so I ain't gonna ask the next question.
Oh no, you can.
Alright, say no. You asked for it. What is not so good for your mind?
Oh, being hungover.
So alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol. Yeah, again, literally. Yeah.
Come back to
that messes my mindset. Yeah, I'd say. I don't know what else. Yeah, I'd say that alcohol really.
I'm gonna chuck bad sleep into the mix.
Oh, for sure. Oh my god, yeah, no, for sure, 100%. Another thing as well is being forced into spaces that you don't want to be in, and like being forced into like scenarios and being forced into groups that you don't want to be with, and yeah, that messes me up because I don't know. I know what I like, and if I'm in a situation that I don't like, it's long.
You have to like pretend.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Like fit yourself into their mold.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm done with pretending for it's long.
Love that.
It's long.
Love that. Well, you sound clear on like what you want to do and where you want to be. You know,
exactly.
That's like a really good thing.
Yeah, for sure. It's just getting there. Like, it's a work in progress. Like, I feel like yeah, I'm really still trying to figure out who I am. Because it's taken me a long while. Obviously, growing up bi and stuff, like I didn't really figure that out for a while. And then, yeah, it's just like figuring out. It's trying to like pick out the parts of you that are authentic and the things that aren't authentic. Because I feel like growing up, like obviously I didn't enjoy school, didn't like the people, didn't know my sexuality. So I feel like all of that, I built like coping mechanisms with that. So I feel like it's trying to figure out which parts of me exist that are still coping mechanisms and which ones are authentic, which is really challenging. Like that it's tough, and that's a massive process for me. Like trying to figure that out is crazy. It's like an everyday thing, but I feel like I'm getting there for real.
What is that process like?
I think it's just taking time with yourself and just being real with yourself and being honest with yourself. Like sometimes I'll be in like public spaces and I'll realise that I'll be like talking in a certain way or acting a certain way just because I knew I didn't really fit in with the people I was with. I feel like that's a coping mechanism. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to explain, man. It's just, you can feel when something's not authentic or when something exists in you that isn't real. But it's just trying to figure out how to, I don't know, yeah, get rid of it, figure it out.
The trust in your gut.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that it can be hard figuring ourselves out, and I mean, especially as young kids as well. I feel like we're all still pretty young as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But okay, one more question about societally and culturally before the floor is open for anyone else to ask some questions if they want as well. But about culturally and societally, are there any changes that you would like to see?
Any changes?
Yeah. Or is there something you think we are doing well?
I think for changes, something that's always really bothered me is like sort of stereotyping. Like, obviously, whenever I tell someone that I'm bi or whatever, it feels like they change the way they talk to me sometimes, with not everyone, but a lot of people, because I feel like the stereotypes are like, you know, they act like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, they just act a bit different with you. And when I was growing up as well, I didn't really feel like I fitted in with the queer community, I didn't feel like I fitted in with the straight community. I was just in this middle ground, for real, like it was really tough. And it's still, to be fair, I don't really feel like that anymore. I feel like I'm just more myself, and if people don't like it, then it is what it is. Literally though. But yeah, it's hard because people sort of associate being queer with like acting a certain way, dressing a certain way, when really all it is you like someone that you have a connection with.
Yeah.
I don't even like labeling myself as bi or whatever, but obviously I do because people want to know. But I just like whoever I have a connection with. So I hate labels and I hate boxes, but the stereotypes that come along with it, it's just long. Yeah, like people would expect me to just act a certain way when really, it's like, we're always told like, just be yourself and never try and fit with other people. But I feel like it's very different if you're queer to hear that, because it's like you're always expected to sort of act a certain way and fit in. But I think, you know, like femininity in men is such a beautiful thing. It's just like I've never really felt like that's me, and I think that that's fine. Like it's, you know, I don't really feel like it has a correlation all the time. I mean, I guess it kind of does. Like you think about like, I don't know. Let me think of it. This is like the stereotyping example. Like, say if you talk of like a skater, you associate them with baggy jeans, like big hoodies. But not everyone's like that. Like some people, you just, yeah, they don't really feel like they have to live up to that, and they can just do whatever they want. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's something I don't really like. It's just stereotyping in general. Yeah.
So no stereotypes.
No, I don't like stereotypes.
Cut out that shit.
Yeah, cut out that shit.
That's what we would change.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Is there anything that you think we are doing well as a society or as a culture?
I think.
Now's the time to big up EOTT.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, fair.
No, I'm joking, man.
And I think, I don't know, man, I think we're pretty connected right now with social media. I think, you know, we're very supportive of other countries and situations, and I feel like that's the beautiful thing. Yeah, just a short answer.
Say nothing. Cool. Alright, well, the final question from me, before anyone else wants to, maybe I think about something they might want to ask, the esteemed man over here, is, are you KG?
I'm good, G.
Say nothing. Thank you very much for your time, bro.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for your vulnerability, man. Leading by example, truly.
Thank you.
And for your honesty and strength in your mind. That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Big love.
If anyone else has some questions, now is the time.
I've got a question.
Go on.
You know, you were saying, like, way earlier about how, like, creating a reaction and response that you've got, and, like, the music, like, the way that your music has changed, and how that makes you feel good. Do you feel like you would have got the same satisfaction if you didn't get the response? Because obviously you've got a bit of a hype around you, you've got people all over the world that are, like, loving your shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel like if you were still just creating and, you know, like, no one, and, like, less than 100 people listening, do you think you'd still get that satisfaction? I just think a lot of it comes from the appreciation that you get from other people about it.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think DJing, definitely I could DJ to 2 people, I'd have a great time. With production, I've slightly fallen out of love with it, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like, yeah, with that, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'd rather just not produce at the moment. But yeah, like with the DJing, like definitely, it's just a passion, like it really is. And people supporting and people paying attention is just like a massive bonus for me. And I'm really grateful that there's people that resonate with it because it's so real to me and it's so authentic. And it's been like that since I started. Like the music's always been so unique to me. So yeah, that's it.
How come, what's going on, how come your production's changed?
I don't know, man, like, it's just something inside of me, it just sort of fizzled out a bit. I can't really explain it, to be honest. It's just something I'm like, sort of went downhill a little bit, and I was just enjoying the DJing a lot more. I think that's what it was. I think I found like a stronger passion. But I know I'm gonna find it again. It's just like, it's something that's fizzled out for a bit. But yeah, I'll find it again.
Has the music that you've produced changed? Is that what's happened?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because now that I know what like my target audience and my fan base wants, it's so much easier now. It's just finding that motivation to actually do it again.
So I was going to say, it's only picked up since this whole new wave of like what you've been doing. So like it's interesting that now's the time that you feel that love.
I know.
Like
no.
now when you start getting it out, now you start picking up.
No, it's mental. I actually can't explain it. It's actually, it was sad for a while. Like when I sort of realised that it was fizzling out, I was gutted, but it just opened up more doors for me. You know, it opened up the DJing door more. And yeah, I know I'll find it again, so it is what it is. But yeah, you're right, it's a funny time to fall out of love with it, for sure.
Now you're getting the recognition.
Yeah, literally.
So what's your plan moving forward on this?
I think just like, I'm just gonna keep, like I'm still making music, like I still try to do it, but it's not as free. I used to be making music every day, it's definitely not every day.
Today or yesterday you released that one, the ASAP Rocky one, right?
No, they're just mashups, though I do that with my DJing decks, they're not actually, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, the mashups, I think I've like, the DJing and the mashups I fell in love with a lot more. But yeah, that's really inspired me. I know that, yeah, the inspiration's going to come from that.
Banging. Thank you for your question, Nels.
Yeah, thank you.
What have we got at the back there?
How did you get into DJing?
How did I get into DJing? So, I used to be in supported study at high school, and like I used to hate it, and when I was actually in that class, I bought myself a pair of decks because I hated everything I was being taught. I think I was being taught algebra at the time. It's like, how the fuck are we making letters into numbers? Do you know what I mean? Like, it actually makes no sense. So I got so tired of that. Yeah, as well, like I used to sit on the train on the way to school, and I used to like have these headphones on. I swear to God, I'd miss my stop to school or home like at least once a week because I was listening to music. I was too deep in it, and I was pretending that I was playing out the music that I was listening to. So like it was mad escapism for me. So I was like, okay, maybe I need to just get some decks, and then yeah, I started on like these £100 decks, and yeah, I loved it. It was sick. It was so much better than school. So much better.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for the question.
What you saying?
You said earlier that you really don't like, well, try not to drink as much, and you hate being hungover. I can relate as well. I kind of don't really drink anymore, and I'm really selective when I do. I'd say 90% of the time I don't, 10% of the time I do. I wanted to know, what's your self-care routine when you're not feeling yourself that helps you bring you back to your most authentic self?
That's a
Good question, man. I should have put that on my list, man.
Yeah. For me, yeah, I love self-care. So like, if I'm feeling shit or whatever, I'll spend an hour just like I'll be doing face masks. I'll be like exfoliating, and like I love all that kind of stuff. I'll be listening to jazz. So I do all of that. I have like a bath with the candles on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some incense, man.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like grounding myself because everything's so like boom, 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 drink, DJ. It's just like slowing everything down, like spending time with myself, like physically, like I like, spending time on my face. I just do. It makes me feel good, like I like looking good. Yeah, for sure. Exactly, yeah. I feel like if I Exactly. I feel like if I feel like if I feel like I look good, it doesn't matter if anyone else thinks I look. To me, if I think I look good, then I feel good. You know.
You can imagine you walking around with like cucumbers.
Yeah, facts. No, literally, I love it. You gotta have the jazz in as well.
Yeah, of course.
Incredible.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Any more questions from the
I've got
masses?
another question. That's alright.
You should come up here.
Yeah. I look like on camera as well. You know, you're talking about drinking and DJing. I was wondering, when you DJ now, do you do that sober or moderately sober?
No, I drink. Yeah, I'll be so
do you
honest.
feel like
I
there's
drink.
like an optimum?
Sorry, what does optimum
Like,
mean?
is it like there's like a perfect place, like, or do you just get fucked and then you DJ?
I mean, I might as well just keep it honest because I'm here. I definitely get drunk when I DJ, and it's something that I'm trying to change because it's hard because I feel like when you enter a club and you're DJing, it's like if you're sober and the whole crowd is drunk, I don't really feel as in tune with them. It's a bad thing to say, but this is why DJs fall into like drinking and drug problems. Like it's a real thing. So it's like when you go to a club sober, like it's never really that enjoyable. Like you got all these drunk people slurring, and it's not the best. So I definitely drink because the thing is I enjoy drinking when I DJ. That's another thing. But the thing is I'm not DJing as much anymore. I'm more selective with my DJ set, so it's not like I'm DJing every week. But yeah, I definitely drink when I DJ. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember seeing your story. You were like,
Oh no.
it's like 7 in the morning. You're like, this
Oh,
DJ
no.
life is not for me.
No, literally.
And I was just wondering, like, do you love it or do you hate it? Or is it like a mixture of the two?
What, drinking?
Like the life, like.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Fair.
I love it. No, I love it. Yeah, it's just sort of drinking on the days off that I've fallen out of love with. But even when I'm DJing, I still try. I try to limit it, but it doesn't really work. But I'm working on it. But let's see.
I feel like also once you do something, like once you correlate drinking and DJing, and if you try and do it sober,
For sure.
like you try and do it in a situation,
That's it.
I assume you practice, but like if you try and take one thing out of that situation, like if you drink without DJing, or if you DJ without drinking, it feels weird.
For sure, yeah, it's
You've got that
habits.
correlation.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about habits at the end of the day. Like I know so many DJs that don't drink and they have a great time
Yeah.
and they're sick. And as well, I think the beautiful thing about not drinking when you DJ is you're actually witnessing the night for how it really is. Sometimes you might have like a false perception. You know what I mean? You're looking
Perception's
through.
probably better as well, isn't it? If you haven't drunk, the set's probably better.
No, that's I shouldn't say that, but no, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I do let loose if I'm a bit more drunk. Yeah, I don't really think about it as much. But again, this is why DJs fall into drinking and drug problems. But it's better to be honest about it, you know.
Sure, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a few more.
Oh.
Alright, go
Sorry.
Yeah, I have a few friends who are DJs, and the culture of DJing, the late nights, inevitably does just lead to substance abuse, and that can happen
sure.
on everyone. I was wondering if you have tried anything else, like not drugs or alcohol. There's like a lot of new, I don't know what they're called, they're not alcohols, but on the market that open the receptors in your brain that alcohol opens.
Oh,
But
really?
it's not alcohol. I'll find the name.
Please do.
But there's a few new ones that are being tested that they're quite expensive. I feel like if you're getting a ride, you'll be like, oh my god, I don't actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, is there anything else that you've tried?
No, it's actually a really good question, to be fair. I've never really tried to do anything else, which now that you bring it up, I feel like I might try. Yeah, I've never really tried to do anything else, which is a shame. And that, it's a great point. And please let me know what that is. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sounds interesting.
yeah, that's a great point. I love that. Thank you.
Alright, 2 more questions. We got repping the UKG Gums as well.
So you're obviously in quite like a good place in terms of your music. And, I guess my question is, obviously there must have been a time in the past where you were thinking, you know, I wish I could do this, I wish I could live this life, you know, I wish I could perform in front of 20,000 people, etc. What have you learned from actually going through that journey? Because I feel like with myself, I'm always striving to achieve something, and then I achieve it, and then it's just on to the next, and it's on to the next.
Yeah.
And I've kind of got this false perception that one day, once I achieve this, then I'll finally be like, okay, I can.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, as someone who, you know, has achieved the things that I dream about, what have you learned from that experience?
The thing I've learned is just sort of patience and actually just enjoying the ride. I feel like you've got one life, and it's like, I don't know, just picture like driving up to like a mountain. You're like, there's this beautiful mountain here, but if you look either side, you've got all these beautiful views on the side and on the way. And it gets really difficult, but no journey is just straight up. Like, it's gonna go up and it's gonna go down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, just to get to where I am now has been a challenge. Like, it's been really difficult. There's been times where I felt like I'm not ever going to make it. Still might not, but the thing is, it's about understanding that life can be beautiful regardless. You know, the journey is such a nice journey to be on, you know, just being creative and enjoying it. I feel like it's just having that patience and the trust. If you feel like deep down inside you that you're going to succeed, you will succeed. Genuinely, you just have to really believe that, and just enjoy the ride and just keep working on what you know needs to be worked on, and stuff that's already good. Just keep working on it, you know. And just enjoying that journey. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, alright, last question over here, the lovely lady in blue.
I wanted to say, it's kind of similar to the last question, but almost like, I feel like for you, for example, like you've experienced a lot of stuff, like being bi and like not fitting into normal societal norms. When was the pivotal moment of like when you realised, I'm doing this for myself, not for anyone else's like perspective, this is all for me?
Yeah.
And how you kind of went about doing that, and kind of like being like, I'm doing what makes me happy, rather than what's making other people.
That's a great question. I think for me, it was sort of coming out of high school and feeling like I had to fit in with everyone. As soon as I sort of really like started figuring out parts of me that were authentic, it was kind of easier for me to sort of get by, and you know, it's still a challenge, you know. But I feel like it's hard, like there's never really a point where it's like, oh fuck, I feel great about everything. Do you know, it's such a long process, and it's different for everyone. But yeah, I feel like for me, it's funny actually. I feel like the moment where everything started to change for me was actually getting my retail job and just chatting to like public and people that I wouldn't usually speak to. It's weird. That was kind of my thing, and then it was sort of figuring out like my fashion sense and what I actually like dressing like, because yeah, like I say, like people sort of expect you to dress one certain way when you're queer, and it's not always true for everyone, you know. So it's just figuring out like what you like, what you enjoy, and yeah, it's hard. It's a hard question, really. But yeah, I just feel like, as well, I feel like queer people especially, you always like look to where you want to get to in terms of your personality and like your journey. But I feel like you have to have an understanding that where you are now is who you are now, and who you are now isn't who you're going to be in like a year, even a year's time. Like who I was a year ago changed, you know what I mean? So you're always going to change, and you might not ever find your authentic self, but it will get easier and easier, and you just got to be patient and just do things that, yeah, you feel like are authentic to you, I guess. Yeah, I hope it helps.
Safe. Well, thank you, Michael, for the warmth and the vulnerability and the honesty and the wisdom and the serious gems that you dropped on us, man. Thank you so much. One more time, please. Thank you, man. It's not easy to talk about this sort of shit, man, especially with a microphone in front of you. So thank you so much.
No, thank
especially
you.
after a big night out in London. And so for the wider people in the room, we are going to take a short intermission, and then the boy, the man, the myth, the legend that is changing currents is going to do a set for us in about 10 minutes. So if you want to go get a drink or a breather after all of that wisdom you just heard, then now is the time. So thank you.